purpose of this video is if you are in need of having a rubric attached to a student assignment in a more digital way. So the gist, what I've heard from teachers is that they've been using Google Classroom and the Google Documents and such to be able to assign to their students. The problem being they're using rubrics to grade, and so they're still printing out or having to find ways to share the rubrics, and it's become cumbersome. So with a number of steps, you can take Google Classroom and combine it with Doctopus, an add-on in Google Sheets, and Goobric, an extension for Google Chrome, and it will help you do that task. So by the end of this video, the goal is to have an understanding of how to install and use the Doctopus add-on in a Google Sheet and a Goobric extension of Google Chrome together with a Google Classroom assignment to be able to combine a rubric a teacher has with an assignment that a student has completed in Google Classroom and combine those two pieces in a more paperless way. So the task has these following steps. 1, you have to have a template of work. That's a Google document. 2, you have to have Google Classroom, and that's where you assign the template copy of work to each student. Next up, have a new Google Sheet that you store. It's going to be the storage facility for your grades and the information such as student name and such that's going to be ingested by the Doctopus add-on and then connected with the Goobric extension to be able to apply the rubric to the student work. Now you need to add Doctopus as an add-on when you're in a Google Sheet. You'll also need to add Goobric, the extension, from the Chrome Web Store. And the address is chrome.google.com/webstore, as you can see here in blue. Next, you transition a rubric or plain and simple create a rubric. So you could copy and paste from an Excel document to a Google Sheets. You can copy and paste from tables in Microsoft Word or Google Documents to a Google Sheet. But the rubric has to be in a Google Sheet format for this script of Doctopus and Goobric to be able to pull in and work together. And last, have patience. Patience is for you. If this is new, be patient with you as a learner. Also, this is using technology. Thus, be patient. Technology is wonderful when it works. So, here's the pieces that I just went through. I have a template of work. I'm asking my students in this particular situation to write similes describing teachers or teaching. And I'm asking them to write 5 or more similes. The directions are here, the name and date piece is here, and I want them to start below the line here. Template, Google document. I assigned this template to my, in this case, ideal world of 3 students. Yay! Each student will get a copy of this. So they get that. Each student can also see the rubric that I'm going to grade. That's just more for the student. That's not part of what needs to be done for the grading. That's done in Google Classroom. Then, back in Google Drive, I've started a new Google Sheet. I titled it Grade for Similes for Practice Class with Students because that matches with my practice class with students. Here you can see that it says add-ons. Within add-ons, I went to Get Add-ons. So I'm inside the Google Sheet. I've gone to Get Add-ons. I'm going to search for Doctopus. And when it's found, I'm going to add it. In this case, I've already done it, so you'd need to add it for you. Follow the prompts that are there, and then start it up, ready to roll. Before starting it, I do recommend have a rubric that you've already made. That means you know the different categories you're going to be evaluating students on. In this case, my similes, I'm asking for numbers, and I'm asking for them to be easy to read and grammatically correct. I'm going to give it a 4-point scale down to 1, and I left cell A1 blank. Now, before I get to the actual grading piece, I'm going to go to the Chrome Web Store. That can be found again at chrome.google.com/webstore. I'm going to search for Goobric. When it's found, I'm going to add this extension to Google Chrome. And it shows up. You can see it right here, this cute little eye. But when I'm in that web store, I add it there, follow the prompts that it gives me, and take care of that extension. All right. From there, I'm at this point now that I've gone to add-on to Doctopus to launch. I've already started it, so it doesn't say launch. And then I'm going to follow the prompts that'll be over here on the right. There's plenty of video tutorials that show this and these steps to take. What I have here are my 3, in an ideal world, students. And when I'm ready to assess the document, this is the location that I would go to. The student, Mr. Reed here, I've already assessed this student's work. So it looks like this. The rubric will show up here at the top in a short time. A place for the comments will show up here on the sides, and the student work shows up here. Now again, I had past tense already assessed the student work. So this is the end result. All right. It shows the rubric here that I've added my scoring in, and it shows my comments from up here attached and copied in. Now the nice thing is it's just a Google document. So see how I deleted that period? I can delete all of this if I wish or not. So it is just text. The nice thing is the script's doing the copying and pasting. When you click submit, it goes to the next student. I've already submitted this, so I'm going to click next. Now it goes to my next student. Shows that same rubric up here at the top, where I would go through and count the different number of similes and make sure that they're all similes. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Mark here. Go to easy to read and grammatically correct. Oh, I love this font. Who doesn't like Arial? So with that, easy enough to read, and I don't see any errors because of course I've looked at this really thoroughly. And I mark here, you can see how it's saying for this portion, it's a 4. For this portion, it's a 4 out of the 4 points. I can add my super awesome comments here. And when I click submit, it will copy it onto that. You can also notice that there's the ability to record, and what it does is it connects a link to the audio file there. So again, the end result is the student will be able to have access to this unless you send the, excuse me if I get to the right place. So let's go back. The student will see this part at the end. So again, this was Mr. Reed's, and he can see his work that he started, and he can see my rating and information here. But that only becomes his again if in the assignment I go to return it. If I do not return it to him, all I can do is view it. He can't edit, he can't revise. But if I return it to him, that's the one thing that Doctopus and Goobric do not do. If I do not return it, he does not have access to it to be able to revise or edit. So, in closing, if you're that do-it-yourselfer, feel free to go to the Tuck Teacher Toolkit and the text section down to Doctopus and Goobric. That'll take you to this somewhat helpful area of finding resources and video tutorials. If you are not the do-it-yourselfer, you are looking for more assistance, reach out to me at the following information. Please do include your name, contact info, so that I can get a hold of you more efficiently. Thank you so much.